Hi,
Hello.
Michelle.
Hi, Carly.
So excited that you're here with us. I'm glad that we're able to do this. This is Michelle Wilder. She is a founding partner candidate here at Commons, and I am Carly Bonaventura. I am a field sales manager here at Commons. And our goal today is to give you some insight around the holidays and how you can comfortably and authentically integrate your Commons business into your holiday plans without feeling salesy or uncomfortable. Because it is a huge opportunity that you don't want to miss, and you could be helping a lot more people, right, Michelle?
Absolutely.
Yes. So, the holidays are approaching. We have Thanksgiving and then holidays in December. So, as we're approaching them, how do you prepare for your holiday activities, whatever they are, big or small? Do you prepare products? What do you do to prepare for that?
Well, just considering a personal habit is I always make sure that I have a few extra things on hand, right? Because we're either going to travel away for a weekend and our family needs it, or we're going to be coming in contact with people that
Hmm.
might need it and don't want to have to wait because, right, everything during the holidays is hurry, let's go. It's last minute.
Yeah.
And nobody in today's society and culture, nobody really wants to have to wait very long. So I do always make sure that I have, for example, I placed an order for some sleep tabs and I added some pain patches. And I think I added, I can't remember, I added one other thing that I may not necessarily need right now,
Yep.
but I know that I can use them in the future.
Absolutely. And for them as well, it's such a good point. Just having that on hand so that you can deliver it right away because it's true. Everything's delayed this time of year, UPS, FedEx, right? So we can just deliver right on time. So what would you say your overall strategy is for the holiday?
So a couple
Mhm.
of things, right? First of all, I love the bundles that we have on our website. My personal favorite, right now, of course, we have the holiday, the bundle, but my personal favorite is the Women's Wellness Bundle because it has, I believe there's 3 products in there that I use every single day. So I can build my story around that for just about every woman in the world. And I
Yeah.
can easily justify why everyone needs those 3 products. I think it's just 3. Um,
Yep.
the holiday bundle, of course, has additional products, which are our best sellers, which all the healthiest person would benefit from every single thing in the holiday bundle. So in my conversations, I always make it a point. We have 2 ears and 2 eyes for a reason, so that
Yeah.
we can, be looking at people, how they're behaving, what their body language is. We can be listening to people, hearing what they're saying, whether it's Aunt Susie or your cousin or your grandmother, listening to the things that they're saying and how they're carrying themselves. Maybe you're witnessing with those 2 eyes that they are struggling to get up off the floor, or you hear them say they're super tired because they're not sleeping very well. We have one mouth, so we need to listen and watch more than we
Yeah.
speak.
Yep.
Um, and then when you've done that sort of information gathering non-verbally, then you can offer just a really genuine and authentic solution.
Yep.
So I might say I'm sleeping like a baby. Ever since I started using CBD, my sleep habits have completely changed. In my experience, my kids are also taking it. And for it's is interesting enough as an adult woman, when I tell people that I allow my children to use the products that I use, somehow that gives me a different level of credibility.
Yep.
Because, as parents, as mothers, we would do anything for our children, and we
Yep.
wouldn't ever give our children anything that wasn't suitable for their consumption. So
Yep.
I will often mention that. And I never spew the stuff. I never say, well, you should get the holiday bundle or the women's wellness bundle. And here's what all of those things do. And when you do, you get free shipping. And then, oh, by the way, we have this coupon. And
Yep.
it's just a very simple and authentic conversation that comes from the heart, because what we're doing really has nothing to do with CBD. It has everything to do with the relationships. So
100%. Yes, and something you just said reminded me a mentor that I had years ago. She said, "Features tell, benefits sell," and I've never forgotten that. Okay, great, free shipping, all that is wonderful. Those are features, but the benefits are when you heard her say, "I'm having a hard time sleeping." you can relate to that, and people like relatable, and these are the benefits that I've experienced. I think you could as well, so that it feels so much more authentic and natural. I've had people also say, I'm really just not a salesperson, but I always mention, it doesn't feel salesy when you love it. When it works, you're just sharing. So I love that. Thank you. It felt very authentic to me.
Well,
Yes.
and I want to say too, your story is everything. Now, I'm
Yeah.
not talking about a 10-page book. We're just talking about the benefit, right?
Yes.
But if I heard Carly tell me the story about the product she loves, and then how this other product works for her son, that's part of my story too, because I know, like, and trust Carly, and I can share her story. I don't have to, that's just part of another story, and people relate to stories. So
Yes. Yes, that's such a great point, and it does feel so natural. So that's an excellent tip. Thank you.
of course.
So you obviously highlight products that you enjoy and that you love. Do you do any Black Friday personalized Michelle deals for your network as well, beyond the deals that we have on the website?
Right. Those are really great. So
Yeah.
pause and say, you do not have to recreate the world.
Yep.
The bundles are 20% off, and one purchase is 30% off through the end of the month of November. We have free shipping. We have subscription discounts. So I will pause and say, there's really no reason to reinvent the wheel.
Yes.
However, we know that every retail in the world, including the Amazons and the grocery store, for Pete's sake, has a great sale happening for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all of that.
Yes.
One thing I've done in my business throughout the years, I called it a turkey trot. So I'm going to tell you about this. I don't have any graphics for you. For a multitude of reasons, I haven't put it together yet, but I'm going to explain to you what I've done. I created, Canva is my best friend. So Canva, or even Vistaprint, or something like that, that's an online design tool. You can pick five. I had a graphic with 2 rows of 5 turkeys.
Okay.
I did a turkey trot. So what that comprised of is, maybe I took the women and men in one of my Facebook groups, or I created an online group event, whatever you would like. Don't get caught up in the details.
Yes.
And I always attached a raffle and a you do, you get. So the raffle would be when you place a $75 order with Commons. And I picked 75 because there's free shipping at that level. So when you have a $75 retail order, your name will go into a drawing to get 75 retail value and product back. Maybe that's just what I'm going to do. You don't have to do that. You can choose to give away your favorite product. You can choose to give away $25, whatever works for you. People, in my head, when I was thinking through this, people will respond really well if I'm giving them something that they kind of paid for. So I'm assuming many people have a little bit of extra stash in their inventory, or maybe you do a sample pack of, when you place a $75 order, I'm going to send you a sample pack of the 3 different gummies we have.
Yes.
And then you could put them in little baggies and put a little bow on it and drop it in the mail to them. So a $75 order gets a gift, whatever you want that to be. Then if everyone places an order, if 10 people place an order, because remember I had 5 rows of turkeys, then everybody's name goes into a drawing to win something bigger. Now, you can do this completely opposite. You can do, when you place a $75 order, I'll put your name in a drawing and you'll get a gift. And then when 10 people order, everybody gets a gift. So you just have to, don't make it too complicated, which I almost did.
I know, it's very good.
But this is the way my mind works. So I'm gonna find a graphic. I'm gonna find 10 cute turkeys and put them on this piece of paper. And then I'm just gonna kind of think about what I can manage, what the budget will allow. Maybe be thinking about, I've already sold $2,000 this month. That means my commission check is going to be, whatever that might be. I can afford to give away $75 in products.
Yeah.
So a Black Friday sale does or does not have to happen, because the company has great offers available now. sometimes it's just a little bit fun, especially if you have a VIP group or some other group, or 6 friends who've been dying to learn more about CBD. Put
Yep.
them in a little Facebook group and run a challenge with them.
I love that. Yes. So what I love that you said was that it's not simple. You don't get caught up in the details, because before you know it, it's the holiday and it's gone. So
Yeah.
the biggest thing is to just get started, just get started. Simple, make it your own. It doesn't have to break the bank, and just do it. So I love that. And I love that you said, don't get caught up in the details, because I think that happens to us.
I want to
Yeah.
say 2 things really quick.
Yes,
Well, if
please.
you think this is a great idea, run
Mhm.
with it. If you think it's a great idea, but you're feeling like a deer in the headlights, reach out to somebody like Carly or whoever your partner ambassador is, or your upline, or whatever that is, and someone will help you think through that.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, whatever you're going to give away doesn't have to be a Commons product,
Yes.
right? I love coffee. If someone sent me a $5 Starbucks gift card in the mail, I would go lose my mind. That's my love language. So maybe you customize your gifts. I have a basket full of goodies and gifts that I love to give away. I just pop that in the mail to Carly or to whomever. So
yes. I love that. Such a good point. I had a former manager that used to give out $5 gift cards for coffee. It made my whole day.
Oh,
I loved it.
yeah, that's my love language.
Yes. Yeah. So exactly. You can be creative in your own way. And that's the beauty of having your own business. I love that you share the words you use. It feels so authentic and natural. The 30% off. So how do you, when you're driving sales to your online website, because a lot of what we've talked about is with your current inventory as well. When you're trying to drive sales to your website authentically, how do you ensure that that order gets placed? So that how do you ensure that they've gone online and placed the order? Because you don't really have control there, right? So
Right.
what can you do?
So there's 2 different things I've done in the past. So I have worked in the industry long enough that I have probably 20 women's information. So sometimes I will offer to place the order for them, right? So then some people don't want to share that information, and so on and so forth, and security measures and things. The best thing that I do, and this kind of goes along with my motto for business, is the fortune is in the follow-up. When you are following up, it changed the face of my business 15 years ago when I started this. So my verbiage is going to be something like, Carly, here's my website, and we've already talked about what you're going to order, and you're ready to order. And so you are going to tell me, I'm going to place the order tonight when I get home from work. So then I'm going to respond to you and say, just let me know when you place the order. That will initiate me getting the tracking information to you so that I know when it's going to arrive. And then I can send you just some dosage tips and how to get started.
I love that.
That has happened at least 2 times recently, where actually last night at 9:30, a customer texted me and said, I got my stuff. Should I take the tincture first, or should I take the gummies first? And so we had this great dialogue of, because I told her, let me know when you place the order. I let her know. I sent her tracking. And then I was able to say, when you get it, call me or text me. And then that, again, just solidifies. So I know she started taking it on Thursday. I need to give her about 2 or 3 days. And then I need to text her again and say, okay, what'd you think? What'd you take? Be consciously aware of your feelings after you take something. Don't take it all at once. Maybe don't take the tincture and the gummies and everything at once. Start with one thing for a couple days, and then let's circle back and we'll see about adding or adjusting.
I love that. So you're keeping them in contact with you. So without, saying, hey, I know you placed it, or if you didn't, you're saying, send me the confirmation, or let me know when you place it. So they realize that you want to know, so it can't be forgotten, in a very gentle way. You're saying, I'm going to help you with this.
Right.
I'm going to help you with your dosage. So you're keeping them coming back to you, which just adds more value to your service. You're taking care of your people. I love that. Okay. So we've ensured the online order. One thing you and I talked about, there's a difference between network and customers. And a lot of times when we start building our customer base, we don't even realize that we start only marketing to them and only following up with them for orders. But we forget about acquiring new in our network. So how do you position your holiday sales or your talking points to your network as well? Because we've talked about your customers and your family, your extended network. How do you keep acquiring new?
Well, so my answer for most of questions like this is going to be consistency.
Yes.
So you can't do it once and send out 1,500 messages one time and expect to see results. So whatever you're doing, you need to do it consistently. If you want the same results, keep doing the same things. If you want to try something, if you want a different result, you need to try something different. So I always tell people to be consistent. So um, some weeks, some months, some years, I'm really great about social media and some not. But when I'm intentional with my social media as it relates to my little side hustle, I will be consistent. So twice a week, I will post about a product, whether it's in my story or on my post. But it's not just the holiday bundle graphic. It's me, maybe in my jammies, getting ready to open the sleep tabs and then talking about why I love them so much. Because a graphic that just has, while they're beautiful, we love them, it needs to also tell a story, because no one that's not someone who's never tried Commons has no idea what that green stick thing is.
Right, right.
So my story, maybe I'm even sitting with a towel in my head, on my head.
Yes.
As I'm getting out of the shower, and I'm rolling that green stick on the back of my shoulder because I'm working in front of a computer all day and I'm so tense up there. So whatever you're posting on your social media, make you part of your story, because people want to see your face, pretty makeup, no makeup, crazy hair, any of it. People want to see you. So that will catch the eyes of a new network, and a network of people who've probably been following you but haven't said anything.
Yeah.
So that was that's my first thought. My second thought was, I loved that Commons sent out, I think it was the corporate text sent out this week, a tip to reach out to or connect to 3 new Facebook groups. So I did this, and the tip there is, it doesn't have to be a CBD group, because to be honest with you, you're going to have a ton of competition if you join CBD lovers group, because everybody's out there is going to tell you why their product is the best.
Sure.
And so you're probably going to run into a little competition. So one of my tips is, when you are looking for a Facebook group, look for something that interests you. Do you love wine? Do you love to cook? Do you love to knit? Do you have twins? Do you have, I don't even know, or like a working mom or a new toddler or whatever that might be, or you love to travel? So for me, I love to walk. I can walk with the best of them. I'm not a runner. I don't do anything fantastic, but I will walk until my heart's content. I joined a group when I moved to this area 2.5 years ago. I literally Googled in Facebook, or I searched in Facebook, walking groups in Northern Illinois. And I found this group that is called What I Saw on My Walk Today. That's the name of the Facebook group.
Who would have thought?
Right. So every, the people that post in there are simply posting about the beautiful cardinal that they saw on a tree in their walk, or a mushroom, or a silly kid on the playground equipment. So there is always something in those photographs and posts that I can relate to. And that's what builds, again, this isn't a CBD business as much as it is a relationship business.
Yes.
So I think that is an incredible way to build your network, because you're going to find something that interests you. You're going to be able to make a comment that is authentic. So if you're a mom of twins and someone posts about, and you're in a twins group and she says she's losing her mind, all you do is respond and say, I know, right? Is it Friday? Yes. And then you're building a relationship. You're not immediately going to, I have twins too, and I have to take CBD because they can come.
Yeah, I need it all.
Yeah. I mean, that really, and I'm going to say, in the back of our minds, we're trying to build our network. We're trying to build our network because we're trying to share our businesses and truly earn an income. So that is a motivation. But if you're in this industry, in this business, consider your biggest motivation being relationships, and leading with a heart of service to be ultimately helping people with our products.
Yes, and it's obviously worked for you. As you said, you have 20 customers that you have their information from the years that you've been working. So they clearly have stayed in contact with you. Something you said that was really resonated with me when I was building my own team previously. I remember I used to try so hard. I had my first son who was 4, and then my baby. And I was trying to find the perfect time when the baby wouldn't cry and my older son wouldn't try to, like, he's 4. So everything was a problem, always a problem.
Right.
And I'm like, I could never find the time. And I was so frazzled and, everybody needed me. I couldn't get my business done. And then one day I said, you know what? I'm just going to go live as I am, a mess. And I'm going to have the babies and I'm going to make it work. And when I did that, people related to that. They're like, oh my gosh, she is hilarious. I don't have it together either.
No, I know. We need to come together, all of us doing stuff.
Yes.
And like it or not, that's the way of our world.
Yes.
So,
they buy into us first.
Right.
And that's what we believe in.
Right.
I love that. Oh my goodness, that made me think. Okay. So thank you so much. That's another one. So go ahead. Yes.
No, I'm waiting because I have, like I said, I'll talk too much if you guys.
I love it. Well, the both of us, that's a bad combo. As a leader, now you also are building an amazing team, inspiring others to do the same thing. So when you think about your team, how do you inspire them to do these things as well? How do you coach to them these exact same things?
So let's just push the rewind button. And I'm going to say it's consistency, right? So you mentioned having your littles, right? In a business. And I know that you grew an incredible and successful business. So you didn't do it on Monday and then not go back to doing it again for your business on a Friday or Saturday or the following Monday. So one of the things that we've always talked about is it doesn't have to be 8 hours straight in a day. It doesn't even have to be an hour straight. A lot of times, literally, I would coach to, because I would do it, would be setting a timer for 30 minutes. But darn it was going to be intentional 30 minutes. I literally bought necklaces that said intentional on them.
Oh, I love that.
Because we needed to, and we need this today more than ever. If you're going to do something, don't multitask, do it, cross it off and move on. And you will feel so much more successful from doing one thing for short bursts of time. So that is one thing, is just focus on what you're trying to accomplish. So if I want to reach out to 20 people before Friday, or it is Friday, before the end of the day tomorrow, how am I going to get that done? It's probably not going to be with my laptop on my lap in the living room in front of the TV. It's probably to be on my laptop at my desk with the world shut out. Just give me 30 minutes. And watch how productive you can be. So that is one way. Another way is just keeping track of connections, customers, conversations. So some people use a CRM. I am a notebook girl. You'll probably see me with this notebook a lot because I'm on the go. I have a full-time job. I have 4 children. I have a busy husband, all the things, right? Everybody has something. It's just a little different. So you have to have a system of circling back. So when you share, I would challenge everybody between today, Friday at 12:30, or whatever day it is, give yourself a 48-hour period and reach out to 30 people. Like a lot, right? But you could, if you did it, I feel very confident that you would end up with 3 to 5 customers minimum. So, and consistency in your message, right? What do you want to share? I want to share that I believe everyone in the world should be using CBD. And here's why. I had a conversation with a woman who asked me about CBD at the beginning of the summer. And she called me 2 days ago and asked me about it. We had a conversation. I have to be careful because I love it so much. I talk too much, right? So I remember I have 2 ears and 1 mouth. At the end of the conversation, she said, "Thank you for giving me your time. I can tell how passionate you are about these products." And we had a relationship before, but the point I'm making is I reached out to her probably in May or June.
Yep.
It's November. I
Yep.
didn't love her any less for reaching out to me. Well, I don't even know how many months ago that was.
Yeah.
She reached out to me when the time was right. But I did have it in my notes that she reached out, and here's what we were talking about. Her daughter was dealing with anxiety. Her husband is got a bad back, and she just needs overall well-being.
Yeah.
I'm kind of going in many different tangents, but
Right.
when
Good.
you're talking about talking to your teams and trying to encourage that consistency and that building, have a system in place,
Yep.
be consistent, have a system, don't get mad.
Course.
It's easy to translate a message into, well, I guess she hates me. Well,
Right.
she says she's always tired, or she always
Right.
some reason why. And at the
Mhm.
end of the day, my motto has been, my intention is to be a blessing and not a burden. So it took you 6 months to reach out to me. That means the blessing is today.
Yep.
And that anytime sooner than that, it would have been a burden. So
That's a good point. I've never heard that before. I
and
love
it really should be the motto, in my opinion. Blessings
Mhm.
come in various ways, right? So it really, if you lead with that mentality, I had
Mhm.
somebody that I thought was going to join my team last week. She was a sure thing. All
Mhm.
the cracks, completely fell through the cracks. She wouldn't respond to me or anything. I sent her a little something in the mail, and I said, just let me know that you got it. And she
Right.
reached out and said, Michelle, here's what happened. Here's what happened. Here's what happened. Here's what happened. Long story. And I just said, I hope you're okay.
Yeah.
My
Yep.
intention is to be a blessing in your life and not a burden. I am here when the time is right. Now, I'll follow up with her another time, but it
Yep.
wasn't the right time.
Yes.
Don't give up on the nose or the cricket the cricket
Yep.
noise that you hear after you spend hours putting together texts or emails or whatever that might be.
Well, and once again, you did the drove her back to you. When you get this, let me know. So she was quiet, but you said that and it drove her back to you. So, and I love that you kind of work it alongside the things you already love. And you're busy, you work, you have children, your husband's busy, but you make it work. You have solid time where you've devoted with a timer. One thing that a friend of mine said to me, I said, "Oh, I'm just burned out." And she knows me well. She knows I go really hard, intense, and I'm passionate about things. And she's like, "Well, you can't burn out unless you were on fire." And I said, "You know what? That's true." So it's not necessarily, it's true. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you don't have to burn out, you could do 15 minutes a day and create habits so
Yes.
it doesn't feel right. That's
Yes.
what you're saying.
Yep.
Very
Oh,
good.
absolutely.
I love it. Now, as far as for goals, do you set yourself goals and track them as well? And that's
Yeah, of course. Of
Mhm.
course. I think that this is something that we should all be doing, and it doesn't even have to relate to business, right? It just goals are golden in our lives. It gives us something
Mhm.
to shoot for. So when I'm rounding out a month and I'm looking toward the next month, I always kind of have an idea, right, where I want to be, whether it's the next compensation rate or level or new title, whatever that is, or I always have that in my head. So typically for me, if I've reached a level, I'm going for the next level, and then I'm going for the next level, or maybe I missed it a month, so I'm looking for 2 levels up. So that's where I'll start.
Mhm.
And I know that I want my commission level to ring in at least 30%. So that will tell me where I need my personal sales to be.
Mhm.
And then I will follow what the company is putting out. So at the beginning of this month, we put out a handful of incentives. So
Mhm.
always the BHAG goal, the big, hairy, audacious goal, the biggest, the most, whatever it is, right? And then what do I call it? Oh shoot, I lost the word. It's kind of my fallback goal. That's not the word I
Okay.
was thinking of, but oh, I can't think of the word. Sorry.
It's
Uh,
okay.
the goal, I've got the big goal, and I know it's going to be a lot to achieve it, but then my acceptable goal may be somewhere just a little bit less than that.
Right.
So I always align it with personal goals based on where I want my business to be in 1 month, what I want my paycheck to be, uh, and then whatever is aligning with what the company is putting out.
I love it. I love it. So what you make a big goal, and if you don't reach it, you've pushed so hard that you may fall something very acceptable that would be a huge win anyway.
Yeah,
Is
and yes, because you don't want to have that big goal, not make it, and then really come down hard on yourself.
yeah.
Have, what is the word, Carly? What's the word where you've got
I don't want to call it a plan B because I don't think that's what you're saying.
like the, I can't, oh, it's gonna drive
Safety net. I don't know.
me stop. But anyway, it's the big
Yeah.
goal, but you should always have something a little bit further that stretches you to out of your comfort zone. But you've always got then maybe that's something that's achievable, but a little extra. So when the
Mhm.
company puts out enroll 5, enroll 10, well, 10 is my goal. I'll be really happy when I hit 5.
Yes.
So
Okay.
maybe it's
Makes
something like
perfect
that.
sense.
So I'll think of that little phrase.
Yes.
As soon as we wrap up.
Can't wait to hear it. So as we wrap up, so many good tips, and I love your energy, and I certainly would purchase from you for sure because I love the authenticity. I love the story, and I know you believe in it because I know you do, and you use it, and your children use it, and I know you're busy like me, so I can relate. So for the holidays, be authentic, right? Share your story. Just listen, actively listen. And that's how you can bridge to the Commons products or the opportunity when you hear them say, "Oh, I've been so tired. The holidays are killing me." That's your little memory. You put it in your memory and think about it later.
Yeah.
So listen, be consistent with yourself, with your team, set goals, track them, right? Did I
Yeah.
miss anything?
No, but I'm looking for, I meant to put this out 10 tips to a better conversation, and I
Let's
will
hear it.
send this to you.
Yes. Okay.
It is epic. It works we need to listen to it. Our
Okay.
mothers and grandmothers and our children need to listen to this because
Okay.
it's called 10 Ways to Have a Better Conversation. The woman is Celeste Headley.
Okay.
Phenomenal. In fact, I think as we're trying to build these relationships and have authentic conversations, she just puts it together. There's 10 tips, and I've got it printed on my wall in my
Oh, I
office.
love it.
So I will send that to you. And if you feel you want to share it, fine. Otherwise, people can just Google it. But that has really helped me to
Yep.
live and close my mouth because that's
I
the
love it.
hardest thing to do.
It
So
is too. And it's because our minds are firing ideas.
well, and
I
there's some
understand.
things that we want to do. So
Yeah, I understand. I love it. And I love that you're always investing in your own learning and education and growth. So that's another great tip. As always, thank you so much, Michelle. You're such a lighthouse for
thank
everyone.
you. Likewise, you are too. Thank you for reaching
Thank
out to me, and hopefully this is a benefit to you and to others.